Have you ever looked at a building so ancient yet so ahead of its time that it leaves you wondering how something from 2,000 years ago still stands, influencing how we build today? Today, we're exploring one of Rome's most iconic buildings, the Pantheon. Not just an architectural marvel, the Pantheon holds lessons in creativity, innovation, and continuous improvement that we can still use in our modern lives. Stick around because I'm going to show you how the ancient Romans' ingenuity can inspire you to be better problem solvers and forward thinkers today. The Pantheon, completed by Emperor Hadrian around 126 AD, remains one of the best preserved monuments of ancient Rome. Its iconic dome is still the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world. But more than that, the Pantheon is a symbol of Roman ingenuity and innovation. It was created not just to impress, but to inspire. The Pantheon stands proudly in the heart of Rome. Its location has been a central gathering place for centuries, drawing people from all walks of life. Originally built as a temple dedicated to all Roman gods, the Pantheon was completed around 126 AD during the reign of Emperor Hadrian. But this wasn't the first Pantheon. The earlier versions, constructed under the orders of Augustus's general, Marcus Agrippa, were destroyed, one by fire, another by structural flaws. Hadrian took this challenge as an opportunity to build something even grander. The construction took several years, combining innovative techniques and materials. The most famous feature, the dome with its central oculus, wasn't just an architectural triumph. It was a symbol of Rome's connection to the gods, allowing sunlight and rain to pour into the temple, illuminating the space and creating a connection between the heavens and earth. The Pantheon's dome was a marvel of creative problem-solving. So how did they manage to build such a huge structure without it collapsing? The Romans used lighter materials at the top and heavier ones at the base, distributing weight in such a way that it stands strong, even today. Today, nearly 2 millennia later, the Pantheon still stands as one of the best preserved monuments of ancient Rome, and yes, you can still visit it. It's now a Christian church known as the Basilica of St. Mary and the Martyrs, and continues to be a focal point for visitors from around the world. This enduring structure is a testament to the brilliance of Roman architecture and engineering. Now that we've explored the history and engineering brilliance behind the Pantheon, let's see what lessons we can take from it and apply to our modern lives. Item number 1. Creative problem solving. The Pantheon's dome, the largest of its kind in the ancient world, posed a massive engineering problem. How to support such a heavy structure without it collapsing? Roman engineers came up with a genius solution. They used lighter materials like pumice at the top of the dome and heavier materials, such as brick and concrete, at the base. This clever distribution of weight allowed the Pantheon to stand strong for nearly 2 millennia. Now let's take a look at how you can apply this type of creative problem solving in our modern lives. A work example: managing multiple deadlines. In your work life, you might face multiple deadlines. Much like the engineers of the Pantheon faced the challenge of supporting an enormous dome. How do you keep everything from collapsing under the pressure? Just like the Romans used lighter materials at the top to reduce stress on the structure, you can prioritize your tasks by importance and urgency, lightening the load on your most critical projects. Break larger tasks into smaller, more manageable steps, and delegate when possible. A personal life example: solving a financial challenge. At home, financial challenges can feel overwhelming. Much like the architects of the Pantheon, who needed to balance their resources carefully, you can tackle financial problems by breaking them down into smaller steps. Start by assessing what's urgent, like paying off high-interest debt, and gradually work toward longer-term goals, such as savings or investments. Let's say you have credit card debt, a student loan, and you're trying to save for a vacation. Apply the Pantheon principle by focusing on the most critical supporting structure, the highest interest debt, first. Chip away at that while paying minimum amounts on other debts, lightening the load over time. Lastly, a community example: organizing a neighborhood event. When organizing an event for your community, such as a neighborhood cleanup or fundraiser, the sheer size of the task might seem impossible. But like Roman engineers who divided the Pantheon's weight-bearing responsibilities between the walls and the dome, you can solve this problem by dividing responsibilities among volunteers and focusing on smaller, more manageable tasks. Item number 2. innovative thinking. The Romans weren't just great problem solvers, they were innovators. The Pantheon's famous oculus is a perfect example of this. Instead of building a completely closed dome, they left a circular opening at the top. This wasn't just a design feature, it was a practical and symbolic innovation. The oculus allowed natural light to illuminate the interior, and the open-air connection to the sky reinforced the Pantheon's spiritual significance. It was a bold departure from traditional architectural norms, showcasing the Romans' willingness to think outside the box. In our modern lives, you too can think outside the box to innovate. At work example, introducing new solutions to old problems. At work, sometimes the usual methods won't solve a problem. Just as the Romans introduced the innovative oculus to the Pantheon, allowing natural light to illuminate the interior, you can bring fresh ideas to old issues. Innovation often comes from thinking differently, rethinking a standard approach, or trying new tools or technologies. You're in a customer service role, and the team is struggling with response times. Instead of continuing with traditional methods, you propose implementing an AI chatbot system to handle routine inquiries. This is your Oculus moment, letting in light by finding a solution that solves a recurring problem in a fresh, effective way. Personal life example: overcoming a fitness plateau. In your personal life, innovation might be necessary when progress seems to stall. For example, in fitness, if you've hit a plateau, it might be time to switch up your routine. The Pantheon teaches us to think outside the box, considering new techniques or routines, just like the architects who embraced a bold and open oculus instead of a conventional dome. For example, you've been following the same workout routine for months, but you're no longer seeing results. Apply the Pantheon's spirit of innovation by switching things up. Try new exercises, perhaps incorporate yoga or high-intensity interval training. This could reignite your progress by introducing new challenges to your body. Community example: solving a civic issue with creativity. When faced with challenges in your community, such as a local park that needs renovation, innovative thinking might mean finding unexpected resources or solutions. Just like the Pantheon's builders used a variety of materials and techniques, you can gather support from different sources or come up with creative fundraising ideas. Finally, let's look at the Romans' relentless pursuit of improvement. The Pantheon we see today wasn't the first attempt. The previous two versions had failed, one destroyed by fire and another by design flaws. But the Romans didn't give up. Emperor Hadrian and his architects learned from the mistakes of the past and built something stronger, grander, and more innovative. Their process of continuous improvement, iteration after iteration, gave us the Pantheon that still stands today. This principle of continuous improvement is just as important in our modern lives. A work-life example: adopting a growth mindset at work. The Romans didn't settle for the failed Pantheon versions, they improved. In your work life, adopting this growth mindset means always looking for ways to improve, even if things seem to be going well. Continuous improvement could be about updating your skills, seeking feedback, or optimizing existing processes to enhance productivity. For example, if you're managing a successful team, don't rest on your laurels. You could introduce new training programs to further develop your team's skills or implement more efficient processes to handle projects. Like the Pantheon's builders, you strive for perfection by constantly evolving your methods. Personal life: setting personal development goals. In your personal life, continuous improvement might mean setting and revising goals for your personal development. Whether it's learning a new skill, improving your health, or working on relationships, there's always room to grow. Just like the Romans continuously refine their techniques. Let's say you've set a goal to learn a new language. After a few months, you realize you're progressing, but slowly. Rather than giving up, take the Pantheon approach of steady improvement. Maybe adjust your learning method by joining a conversation group or setting smaller milestones, like practicing 10 minutes a day. In the community, building long-term initiatives. In the community, continuous improvement can be about building sustainable, long-term initiatives. Just as the Pantheon was built to stand the test of time, you can look at ways to ensure the projects you're involved with will have lasting impact. It's not just about solving a problem once, but making it better for the future. Imagine you're involved in a community gardening project. Over time, you notice the garden's productivity could be better. Instead of letting it stagnate, you propose introducing composting workshops or even a community seed exchange. By iterating on the initial idea, you're improving the community in a sustainable way, ensuring its success long into the future. To conclude, the Pantheon stands as a testament to human ingenuity and the power of creative problem-solving, innovative thinking, and continuous improvement. Even after two failures, the Romans didn't give up. They pushed forward with a bigger, bolder vision. And that's the message for all of us today. Whether it's tackling challenges at work, innovating in your personal life, or making small improvements in your community, the lessons from the Pantheon are timeless. Ancient architecture may not be part of our daily lives, but the principles that built the Pantheon can certainly help us build better lives. Remember, history isn't just something to study. It's something we can use, right here, right now. How will you bring a little Pantheon into your world today? Thanks for joining us on this journey through time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this one. And don't forget, share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and stay inspired.